Welcome to this week's patch notes for January 15th, 2018. Graphical. The Champion's token inventory icon is now much larger. Skill plot icons will now appear in dungeoneering sinkholes. The quest icon for the Prisoner of Glorify has been updated. A sinking wall in the northeast side of Taverley Dungeon has been fixed. The Sliske's Invitation Box inventory model has been fixed. The Legend Guild bankers will now display the bank icon on the minimap when the player is on the correct floor. The player now crawls when entering the hole to visit Cam Dazzle. The purple stripes have been removed from the retro polo neck basic clothing for female players. Graphical issues with the malevolent Cuirass, I don't even know how to say that, left arm has been fixed. The Lodestone minimap and world map icon has been updated to use its own recolored graphic in Legacy interface mode. The snow effect has been removed from all areas of Prif Dennis. Skills, D&Ds, and minigames. Players can now auto-redeem Dungeoneering token bags and cash bags won from Treasure Hunter. Doc now sells the Invention Master Cape in his shop. Players can now transmute up to 30 sets of raw, stackable Arc resources at once. The Farming Skill Cape perk now gives the correct amount of potato cactus. The Slayer counter will now display the message Special Assignment when given a special Slayer task, overriding the previous task. It is no longer possible to create multiple player-owned Slayer dungeons. Players will no longer be kicked from a dungeoneering floor when attempting to trade a dungeoneering journal. However, dungeoneering journals remain untradeable. Loot beams and related messages will no longer apply to Shattered Worlds Anima. Killing NPCs within the fight caves will no longer give combat experience incorrectly, such as when using Death Touch darts. Raw web spinners are once again tradable and can be sold in the Daemonheim Smuggler. Sold to the Daemonheim Smuggler. The tooltip for food in Daemonheim now correctly shows life points healed for players with a constitution level that does not meet the requirements for the full effect. The dungeoneering map now reliably reopens for all party members when joining a dungeon. The Catherby ticket vendor will now display the correct location on the minimap and world map. Quests, challenges, and achievements. Zamorak is no longer visible in the Black Knight's fortress until the Death of Chivalry has been completed. Andrew's lamp, Paul's lamp, and Ian's lamp from the Gower's quest can now be used to increase the fletching skill. The appropriate fletching level is now required to claim these lamps. A typo in Family Crest has been corrected. The "You have completed the task" message no longer appears after completing specific pieces of content such as Fate of the Gods. Players can no longer earn the Kirlo achievement by preventing Krill, is it Krill? From attacking them. I never knew how to say that. Krillo, then maybe. Krillo achievement. The Good Enough for a Goblin achievement now correctly accounts for non-melee weapons. And I don't even remember if I said this, but that was for quest challenges and achievements. I don't even remember if I said that or not. Other. The players who were previously unable to take advantage of the 2-for-1 RuneMetrics Premier Club offer can now do so. Holiday Parade no longer plays in the Grand Exchange. It has been automatically unlocked upon login for players who did not take part in the 2017 Christmas event. Unlocked loot beam variants can now be toggled on and off individually to customize which ones will appear in rotation. A number of the messages typically received on login have been removed or tweaked. The following can now be toggled on or off in the chat settings. Player-owned port voyage complete messages, player-owned port random flavor messages, Eastern Lands login messages, daily challenge login messages. Items that incorrectly showed an item charge tooltip now no longer do so. Activating a level 99 prayer, such as Affliction, will no longer deactivate Wrath. An option to reset all metrics rows with it when the data interval is set to since reset has now been added. Trading, requesting assists, or attempting to duel will no longer drag a player into the dangerous area of the wilderness. Loot beams now consistently disappear when using a legendary pet to pick up drops. The transform and change look options on the Wild Stalker helmets have been re-enabled. Players can no longer deal poison damage to Vindicta or Gorvik during the transition phase of the boss fight. Players will no longer lose the attack option when Vindicta is transitioning to her next boss phase. This will prevent players from walking under her during the transition. Attempting to receive a loot share drop inside an instance that is being deleted will no longer cause a disconnect. A message in the wardrobe has been tweaked to indicate that unequipable items may need unlocking rather than purchasing. The Authenticator bank pin will now consistently lock certain features of the game under specific circumstances. Blocked tiles in the mountain camp have been removed. All sections of Curadel's dungeon are now marked as part of a member's area. The order of the wear and check runes option has been reversed for large pouches, as the runes stored within are now shown on the pouch's tooltip. Memory strands no longer display as rare tokens when made a favorite within the currency pouch. The subscribe button was removed for free players viewing a non-survey poll's results. Players can now combine used variants of the Scrimshaw of Corruption, Aggression, and Sacrifice. An incorrect dungeon map link has been replaced with a dungeon icon on the Zenaris world map. The deposit box in the Menafos Bank will no longer prevent a player from trying to travel to another booth. The buff icon for Debilitate will now correctly clear when unequipping a shield with the effect active. The Cannonball buff icon now only shows with an active cannon. Items are no longer tracked twice on the boss drop log when receiving a boss drop with loot share enabled. Ninja fixes. The Godbook Reclamation interface has been updated following Horror from the Deep. The Circus Rewards interface and scoreboard has been updated to use the current interface style. The Magister is now an option for quick prayer preset names. Players can now right-click the report button to display options for report a player and report a bug. The Epic Dungeoneering achievement now uses a list of sagas similar to the Bridge over Fremy Waters achievement. The Gatestone, Gatestone 2, and Group Gatestone teleports can now all be cast while on the global cooldown, as can creating a Gatestone or Gatestone 2. And that is the end of the patch notes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.